Hey fellow beaters, it's JP and I've got some fun little earrings. I like making earrings, so you probably see a lot more earring tutorials from me than you do anything else. Anyway, these are the fallback earrings because we just ended daylight saving, so I thought it'd be fun to do some fall earring type designs with these fun fall colors. Anyway, so I'm going to show you how to make this particular color. Those are the beads I've got laid out. And just showing you another option. So basically, you're going to need some 11s and some Superduos. Those are pretty standard. So I will have all the colors and quantities in the description box, but you're going to need 20 4mm bicones, depending on bicones, or in this case I use Firepolish. So whatever 4mm bead you happen to use. So you can also use a round bead instead. So whatever you've got. And then the Superduos, I don't remember what this color is. It's something Picasso. But you're going to need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20 Superduos also to make a pair. And then some seed beads. So the seed beads I'm using are the Galvanized Rose Gold from Miyuki. That's what those are called. That's that color. And anyway, you're going to need some fire lines. I'd say start with about 2 feet of at least minimum 6-pound fire line. If you've got the 4, that's okay too. And let's get started. Okay, so to start our earring, what you're going to do is pick up 5 of the 11O beads and 5 of the bicones, or whatever 4mm bead you've chosen to use. So, you should get that, and then we're going to you want to tie a knot. Okay, knot is tied. Get a little ring with 5 bicones and 11. So I'm just going to flip this like this. So there's the knot, and let's get the focus better there. Try to keep my finger out of the way. So go through all the beads. So all you're going to do is go through all the beads one more time to give it a little extra reinforcement. So making sure I'm staying put. And so I've gone all the way through. Trying to make sure my knot's pulled in and it's tight. Alright, so at this point you want to come out of a 11. So just coming out of that 11 there. And now you're going to pick up 5 beads. So it's going to be an 11 Superduo, 11 Superduo, and an 11. So you get 5 beads. You can see there. And you're going to skip over the bicone and go into the next 11 here in the group. So you can see you're coming out of one 11 and going into the next 11. And this is what you should get. So the bead should sit over the bicone. And then you're going to repeat this all the way around. So again, once again, you're picking up an 11, a Superduo, 11, Superduo, and an 11. So 5 beads, 2 Superduos in between 3 11s. Going in to the next 11 there. And just going to repeat again one more time. Again, it's going to be 11 Superduo. Oops, drop the Superduo there. Another 11 Superduo and 11. So once again, I've got 5 beads, 2 Superduos with 3 11s in between. And I'm just going to go into the next 11 here. in my ring. I'm going to go ahead and trim this. And I just had my thread zapper. Oh, yeah. I see it. Get that tail thread out of the way. All right, so once again, I've done this 3 times now. I still have to do it 2 more. So it's 11, Superduo 11, Superduo, and 11. Go in to the 11 here. $11, Superduo, 11, Superduo, 11. So you want to go into this 11 and then come up into the next round. So you're kind of stepping up. Continue and exit out of this Superduo. Okay, so I'm coming out of that Superduo. I'm just going to flip the work over and then go into the other hole of the Superduo. So you can see coming out of there, just switching over. Okay, so now what you want to do is you're going to alternate picking up, I can speak. You're going to alternate picking up seed beads and bicones. So if you note here, in this spot, there's 1 11 between the 2 Superduos. So you're going to put 3 11s there. So you want to pick up 3 and you just go into the next Superduo. And then in the next spot, you can see here, there's 3 11s between the 2 Superduos here, so we're going to put a bicone there. And then once you get started, it should be pretty obvious what you do next. You're just going to alternate between seed beads and bicones. So you just want to pay attention to what Superduo you come out of. So you might, if you happen to come out of a Superduo that's here, then you know that you want to start with the bicone versus starting with the seed bead. So it just matches up correctly. So my next part, or my next step, I'm going to pick up 3 because you can see there's 1 11 there. So in this space, I want to put 3. Like so, and then in the next space, there's 3 seed beads here, so I'm going to put a bicone between my Superduos. And just keep repeating until you get all the way around. So again, it's time for 3. And then a bicone. Whoops, I keep dropping it. Bicone. Three. And then a bicone in this next one. And once again, 3. Goes into the next Superduo there. And the last, you get a bicone. And then go ahead and go all the way through the Superduo and the 3 seed beads. So you should get this. Don't pull too tight that it starts to curve upward. You want it to lay nice and flat. So make sure you keep your thread sort of a medium, even thread. And you get this really pretty circle now. So next step, you're going to pick up 8 11s. So there's 4 and another 4, and I've got my 8. So you've got 8. You're coming out of the 3 11s here. You're just going to go into the next 3 11s. You're skipping over everything else. So the seed beads are going to sit over the Superduos and the bicone. So you get something like this. And you're going to repeat this now all the way around. So we're going to do it 4 more times. And so again, I'm picking up 8, 6, 7, 8. So I hold it up like that and making sure that anybody who maybe doesn't speak English can still see what I'm doing and hopefully follow along without needing to know the language. And again, 8. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Is that right? Yes. And again, just going into the seed beads. So this is what you're getting. And a couple more times. Eight. One more time. Oops. All right, I just dropped 4 of those. Ah, this needle. I like the bent needle, but it keeps turning downward no matter which way I hold it. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's try that one more time. All right, so now I have my 8. And goes into these 3 here. Okay, so at this point you should have your piece looking like this. Now, what you're going to do is, of the group of 8 that you've added, you're going to come out of the middle of each of that group. So here's the start of that group of 8 that I added here in this set. So I'm just going to go through the first 4. And that puts me right in the center. So you can see it's just the 4. And then I'm going to pick up an 11 and go into the next 4. That gives it a nice, cute little point to it, and it just adds a little touch of extra. You can skip this step if you want. I just like the way that looks. Now here's our 3 that are between the Superduos, so go through those, and then go through the first 4 in the next group. So you want to count out 7 beads essentially. So if you can see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pick up that 11 and go down the next 4. If you do it the way I'm doing it, it'll help you keep track and not get lost in your position. And there's our next one. Now you're going to count 7 up. So there's 3, 4, 5. Sorry, that was actually, here's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's my 7. I'm going to go ahead and add another one there and go down 4. And now again, I'm going to count 7 up. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's number, oops, number 7, if I can hold on to my work. Pick up an 11 and go down 4. Just like that. And then go up and do 7 again. And this is our last one that you need to add, so pick up one more and just go down the 4. Okay, so here's what it should look like. Looks like a leaf to me. That was kind of the idea with the fallback airing design. Anyway, so now you just need to make one last thing, and it's the clasp. So let's start with that. So you want to come out of this little point bead that we added. And so I'm just going to go up, go do the 3 that are between the 2 Superduos, and then up the next 5 beads, including my extra little point right there. Now pick up 4. And go back around the same bead that your thread is coming out of. So you get a tiny little loop like this. I'm just going to flip it this way. So there's my thread, and you go through the first 11. Then pick up an 11 and go into the next 11. Then pick up an 11. I'm just going to turn that a little bit and go into the next 11 bead there. And repeat one more time. Pick up an 11. Go into the 11 there and this 11 at the point. So next 2 11s basically. There you go, that's what you're going to get. So you get this nice little diamond-shaped loop. Now, go ahead and reinforce. So I'm just going to go back through the beads one more time. So this usually works best if you do 2 at a time, just because they're all at different angles, and so it's easy to get through 2 and then just keep going. So I've gone through all of those. I'm just going to go through my last set here. And there we have it. So this is done now, and all you want to do is tie off. And I am just going to work my way down. Going to go into the seed beads. So I just went down the whole set of seed beads. So it should be about 7 seed beads that you go down. And since this seed bead is connected to the Superduo, I'm going to go into the Superduo now. And then tie a 1/2 inch knot here between the Superduo and the bicone. And make sure you stay in position. There. And then go into the bicone and the Superduo. And then the 3 11s that are between the 2 Superduos there. And then the Superduo. Tie a second 1/2 inch knot. And once again, I'm just gonna, you can tie a 3rd knot if you want, so just do exactly what I we just did previous 2 times. I think that my earring is pretty secure, so I'm just gonna weave the thread away. So here I'm just gonna get through these 3 11s and then I'm gonna trim. Grab my thread zap. And ear wire. So I'm just going to put my ear wire through. You can basically, depending on the type of ear wire you have, you can put a jump ring between in there, or you can do, if you have one like this, then you can just pop the ear wire in. Alright, so here is my fallback earrings. I hope you like this tutorial. Here's that other color combination. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.